even if you're able to possibly disarm him, and he gets disarmed, I'm still too far away from him to do anything. So yeah.
And now he's mad.
Now he's pissed because if you didn't break his hand, he's really mad at you. So you're here, boom, boom here, and I'm not going to do it. So I'm here, boom. Now, even if he doesn't let go with both of those strikes, at least I'm close to him. Now I can grab this here and and we can get that over there and start working on something. Yeah, that was, I was like, still don't know how you got over there. Boom, all right.
Because, I mean, with the sword, right, you know, we're doing this motion, and then it's just straight down and cut.
Yes,
And it's
yes.
like,
Yeah, so
cut off
this
their
was,
hands, you don't have.
this was the, well, even though, go ahead. So even if this was the sword up here, I'm still like this, I'm still on this side.
Yeah.
Even when I do the,
to the left.
yeah, so
Straight
even
out.
when I do the bow and stuff, and boom, he goes here, I'm here, and I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm still more on this side of it.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah, I was
boom,
pulling,
I'm not here.
I was pulling like this.
Yeah.
To the left side.
Boom, here. Okay.
I don't know why I did it. I mean, I'm not using it. Okay. So.
You might. But again, this goes to the concept that the way we move, it should not matter what's in our hand.
Yeah.
All right. So if I do have a boken in my hand and we're doing boken, I still should be here.
Yeah.
Right. If I have a Joe in my hand, I'm here. I still should be here. Right. So it doesn't matter what I do. So if I do it like this, there. If I do it like that, if I do it like this with the boken, then I'm going to do it like this with the Joe. And if I do it like that with the Joe and the boken, I'm going to do it the same way when he strikes and I just got my hand. Boom. I'm going to stay out here.
Yeah.
And then now we got problems, right? So regardless, even if I don't have anything in my hands, bam, I'm still over here. Pump. So, yeah, do it. I say this, do it one way and it'll work for everything.
Yeah.
But if you do it one way that doesn't work for something, find another way to do it one way. Yes. Boom and boom there. Yeah, you're on the, at least you're on that. Yeah, well, you have your positioning isn't always super close. You still have a mindset of wanting to be away from you. You still have that mindset to be out here. All right, and I don't want to take that away from you. But I will say that, yeah, from my experience here, even with the Joe being here, I'm way too far away from him from here for my liking. But for the Joe, I'm in a perfect position because I can strike him and I still have this distance. I barely can touch his shoulder, right? So that doesn't correlate when I have the stick in my hand. I don't want to be way out here. I'm missing, right? The same thing with the knife. Grab the wrong hand. So when he's, because, you know, when he grabs and I'm here, if I'm out here, then I'm missing, right? So one way works for everything, and for me, that one way is right here. Okay? So I just say, one small scooch forward, inward would be. There you go. See, there. You're in a good distance for the Joe. Yes, but you can still scooch. Yeah, very easily scooch in for the. Yes, if you're way out here and doing it, even a scooch in isn't going to put you where you really want to be. Little bit slower because now you're on the outside of it as well. Go a little bit slower.
I think we're on the same issue, so get
Yeah.
that instead of to do it right. So,
Yeah, now you're on the, at least you're on the inside, yeah.
and if you have the control from the Joe, like I can sort of it's supposed to be good. I can't do a whole lot, just like this, so you can really know where I go.
Yeah, so even if that doesn't, so he comes in and I'm hitting over here like this, boom, here. And bam, I'm still on this side, right? So let's say he decides he wants to turn and go, I still have, boom, I'm a little bit out of the way, but I can still have this, go ahead, I still have this to help block, stop, do whatever. Boom. I can turn with it as well. So I have a tendency to want to turn as he turns. So if this happens and I smack here and he decides to turn, I can turn with him. And this is now in his way.
Hold on, losing power.
So yeah, so when he turns, yeah, because you're losing a lot of power because I'm moving with you. So even if we're here, boom, and this is here because I'm going to strike here, right? But even if he turns and hits me, he hits the Joe, he doesn't hit me. If this isn't here, he hits me. Or
Because if we're doing it for that, right?
yes.
Because you're on this side.
So even and if I'm on the if I can do this, I'm on the outside here, right? So now I have to turn because I'm here. I have to physically step in and turn and put that in the way here, which could work. But now I have to do a little bit more when he turns. So if I'm just here and I'm here, boom, and I smack him, even if he turns, this is still here, and I'm closer to him. And I like to be closer. Not that he's gonna have the foremind to strike me with the sword as he did. But I will say this though. If he is a skilled fighter with the sword, he'll have the forethought to do that to him. He'll do it. Yeah, because you'll be accustomed to it, right? So when I deflect here, he is automatically going to do something else once he makes contact with that Joe, regardless of what it is. He'll make contact. But how many actual real? First of all, how many people just in our area have enough of skill? I mean, real skill with swords that they could literally do a decent sword fight in the street. I could probably name 2 or 3 of them that possibly could.
I don't know any in Kokomo.
Well, I know one
Other
that
than us, right?
I know a couple that could do it, honestly. But unless the world goes to total chaos, they're not walking around attacking people with swords, and they're never going to do it, right? They're never going to do it because it's just because of their training. It's just not part of their personality, right? Now, if I walked up to him with a stick and he had a sword and I attacked him, then he would do it, right? But they're not going to do it just sitting on the side of the road deciding they're going to attack the next person that walks down the street and steal their tennis shoes and hack them up with a sword. That isn't going to happen. Just like you're not going to get a truly skilled fighter standing on the street corner just waiting to beat up people. It's not in their mentality at that point. If they've spent all that time and effort learning it, then they have enough of knowledge and dedication that they're not a thug like most of them, right? So street fighters, unfortunately, people have this perception that they're really good fighters. I don't know where the perception came from, but when people tell me, well, that would never work in a real street fight, a street fighter would do this or would do that. I'm like, clearly you have never been in a real street fight because I'm not trying to boast about my ability to street fight or anything, but I've been in a lot of street fights, way more than I probably should have been in. And I'll be honest, I've never come close to meeting somebody that had any real skill whatsoever. Now, they would get lucky, and if they would have 1 or 2 things that they were used to doing that could work, or they would just randomly do something that could possibly, if it made contact, would work. But I've never met a person that was just a thug street fighter that had any real skills whatsoever. It was just randomness that, because even a random shot's gonna take you out. I mean, if I get hit with a nice freaking hook or something, I'm going down. I don't care whether they're a boxer or a professional MMA fighter or anything like that. They don't have to be. If they could be just a normal person on the street, if they hit you, just a perfect example of today. Chayton locked me up with Gokyo, so me, and dude, that hurt. It hurt. Now, if he and I were out in a street fight, you know, I mean, what is he, 10, 11? 12 years old, right? He's about this tall, right? There's absolutely no way, realistically, that he'd beat me up in a street fight. It just isn't possible, right? But he got me with that, and then I'm like, whoa, 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 and it hurt. You could, if you watch the video, I don't know if I post it all, but if you see it, you tell, that freaking hurt me. I wasn't goofing around. That really hurt, right? I quit. In a real life situation, I'd be done. He won the fight, plain and simple. So it can absolutely happen. You were around when Patience were here, right?
Like
Right at the, okay. Patience was like a 10, 11-year-old girl that was like skinny. And she eventually got good enough, she could literally throw me whenever I gave her the opportunity to do it. She could literally throw me and she could hurt me. And I knew she could. Now, realistically, in a real street fight, I'm not going to give her the opportunities that she had, so I just beat the crap out of her, right? I mean, she's a 10, 11-year-old girl. What is she going to do, right? But she had the potential of doing it because I've got video of her doing it, and she could do it. So realistically, it's possible that it could happen. So we never want to assume that the guy we're in conflict with out on the street has absolutely no chance of beating us up, because they absolutely do.